Hey guys, it's Ellie from Teens vs Cancer here today, and I want to talk to you guys about repeating the school year. So I had to actually repeat my school year because I missed 8 months worth of school, so I really wasn't in a position to, catch up with my old school year. So I decided to repeat the year, and for me it was the best decision, but I know for a lot of people it is really a hard decision to make because even the thought of repeating the school year is very daunting. So for anyone out there who is considering it, I want to do this video to tell you guys a little bit about what to expect and give you guys some advice and tips. What to expect from repeating the school year. So you should definitely expect some unease from your peers because it's likely that your peers have never seen a teenager with cancer before, so they don't really know what the right or wrong thing to do is or what to even say to you. So, their reaction to that is to not say anything at all, which can be very awkward, I know, but the best thing to do is, and like my top tip, is to make yourself comfortable with them, because then they will be comfortable with you. So this means that you have to kind of step out your comfort zone for a little bit and, initiate some small talk between your peers and maybe even like ask for a pencil, because if you show that you're comfortable with them, then they will be comfortable with you because they know that, you're like, obviously you're not like any other teen, but they can talk to you like any other teen. You don't have to be treated specially just because you had cancer. But, that's just the best thing to do, and you will soon begin to make those connections and they will become less uncomfortable with you. Another thing to expect from repeating the school year is perhaps a bit of loneliness, because right at first it's really hard. It's like being the new kid, but even more awkward because you had cancer. So, you're going to get lonely sometimes. Obviously, if you have friends in that school year, then it's great. But if you go into that school year without any friends, then it can be a really daunting and lonely place. So you should definitely, one piece of advice I'd give is to try and make friendships in that school year before you enter that school year, because it'll make it so much easier for you. I was fortunate enough that some girls from that school year had approached me and asked me about being my friend when I repeated the school year. So it was really good for me because it meant I had people to talk to for those first few weeks where everything was a little bit awkward and daunting. So that really helped me out. So I definitely recommend that you maybe reach out to some of them on Facebook or get a teacher to pair you up with some people, because that will really help. And I would also say another big piece of advice from me is to be resilient, because at first it is really tough and you kind of just want to go home and give up, but you need to stay strong and be resilient, because if you power through, then it will get better, because it does get better. Obviously at the beginning it is really difficult, but then it feels like normality again, and it feels like you've been in that school year forever. So you just have to power on, power through, be resilient, be strong, because, you can't just fall at the first hurdle. You will get, you will land on your feet, you will get there, and you will get used to it. My last thing for what to expect is that your old year may forget about you. Just because you're back at school again doesn't mean that they will suddenly start talking to you again, because more likely than not they won't, because I wasn't in their classes. They didn't have to interact with me very much. They rarely even spoke to me. I thought, I quite naively thought that when I went back to school I'd make those connections again that had been lost through my treatment, but I hadn't, and it was actually quite awkward when we crossed each other in the corridor. They would almost look down and scurry off because they didn't know what to say to me. I wasn't the same Ellie that they previously knew. So you should definitely expect that. It is hard, but you will start making friends in your new school year. And thankfully for me, I did have a few friends from my old school year still, so I was able to talk to them. My last piece of advice is to have a teacher or mentor to help you out, because You know, it is really hard, and there's a lot of difficulties when you repeat the school year, and it can feel like a very isolating and daunting place. So it's important that you have a teacher or mentor that you can go to with your problems, or just someone to talk to. I did, and it really helped me out so much, because when I was feeling really lonely or I had any problems, I knew I could just go to her, and that really helps, because you know, it can be a very isolating place. So to have someone there that you can talk to does really help. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For more information and advice, go to the TeensVsCancer website. The link is down below. Remember that you are stronger than cancer.